Hey everyone, it's Brandon from Top10Gamer.com, and today we're coming at you with a look at our best PC gaming cases for the money. This is August 2014, so if you're coming a bit later, you can always check out the website in the description below or the link I provide in the video itself to go to look at the website because the picks are constantly changing. Why do they change? Because rebates are constantly changing. You know, there's a lot of really good cases out there. You could, if you're building a PC, you could use any number of them and be fairly successful. But just a few cases have made my list for the month because I like them in terms of the rebates they offer and in terms of overall value. Okay, so here are 7 tips that I put in my post, and I'm going to go through when choosing a PC case, how I do it. First of all, you want to choose your PC case dead last. That's right, you heard me, dead last. Well, maybe you might want to pick some fans after that or whatever. I guess that's technically a possibility. But you want to pick your motherboard, your CPU, your graphics card, all of that before your case, because then you'll know what kind of size case that you need and really everything else in terms of what you're looking for. The next factor to consider is the overall airflow of your case. There's lots of good review websites out there that grade airflow in terms of its effectiveness, and so you want to buy something pretty inexpensive, but you also don't want to cut out the airflow because keeping your components cool can extend their longevity as well. In terms of placement, this can affect airflow as well. I have an enclosed cabinet in my kitchen where we have a computer where I've drilled some holes out of and kind of created a ventilation system so that I can put enough cool air in that cabinet. If you're going to be putting your PC case into an enclosed area, that's one thing to think about. Overall, your best bet is to find a really open area where your PC case can both draw in and exhaust the air that it takes. Okay, so we already talked about placement, which is part of this. But noise is another factor that you ought to think about when you purchase your PC case. How big of a deal is noise for you? As someone who writes constantly on the internet, I can't stand noise. So during the summer when my kids are home and they're all screaming and I'm trying to write, as you can imagine, that noise combined with some noisy fans on my desktop can drive me crazy. Just recently, I replaced some fans out of the case of mine just so that I could have some more silent options and some more control out of that. So when you're looking at the PC case that you want to buy, hey, are you wanting to set your case right on top of your desk? Are you wanting to set your case below your desk? This is going to make a big impact. If it's at the level of your ear, you're going to hear it right on. So if you start with a noisy case out of the get-go, then it might be something that ends up bothering you down the road. It's really better to deal with this out of the gate because there's plenty of PC cases out there that are quiet. You know, Fractal makes a lot of good cases that you can use, especially if you're sensitive to noise. And it's going to be cheaper if you go buy a quiet case rather than putting all of these $20 quiet cooling fans together for your case. The next thing to think about is size and compatibility. Hey, what size is your motherboard? Did you get a mini ITX motherboard, micro ATX, a standard size motherboard, or do you have one of these extra large, huge motherboard options, something weird? No matter what it is, you can go to the manufacturer's website for the case and see what kind of motherboards that it'll support. In addition to this, you need to be thinking about your GPU card length. Hey, is this card going to fit inside this case? Generally, you know, if it's a gaming case labeled something for gaming or they're pushing it towards gamers, they're going to allow a graphics card, a full-size graphics card up to about 12.5 inches. But it might be something that you need to look in if you're not going with something that is geared towards gamers. And another thing that you need to think about is your PSU length and size. There are some smaller cases that actually won't fit a full-sized power supply. Lastly, you want to take a look at the size of your CPU cooler and see if it'll fit in. I've posted as many of these statistics as I can on the website so you can go and check it out, check out those sizes as they pertain to the cases that we've chosen for this month. Another thing to think about is exactly what your case is made with. A lot of the cases today are made with steel and ABS plastic mesh for various parts of your case. And you need to think about, hey, do I want to go with steel? Do I want to go with aluminum? One thing to say about aluminum that's a common misconception is that it does not really keep any of your parts cooler. Yes, aluminum is kind of cool to the touch. It's sleek looking. It's lightweight, but it won't actually keep the materials inside cooler. In addition, aluminum cases that I've had in the past have really gotten dinged up. The only advantage with aluminum that I really see is that, again, it's lightweight and it's easy to take with you. So that's definite consideration. Another thing that you might want to consider is, hey, do I want a side window panel on my computer so that I can put my computer on my desk or whatever and look at those beautiful components? They're just sitting there for all the world to see. This is important to some people and not other people. You know, some people like to match all of their LED lights inside, highlight their cooling options, whatever. And some people just want something quiet and basic that is not too imposing. Lastly, you want to think about the most important thing: rebates, rebates, rebates. If your case is on rebate for a particular month, you can save as much as, you know, from 25 up to 50% off on cases. This is especially important if you're going with a budget build, because, you know, 25, 50 bucks, that's enough to upgrade something like your processor or your graphics card to take you to the next level in terms of your FPS, which is what we really care about anyway, right? So keep in mind rebates, and as I go through and update this on the website, that'll be one of the main criteria that I use. Okay, I'm not going to go through each and every single pick on this video because, again, they're going to change. And also, there's just more on the website that you guys can go take a look at. So I just want to highlight a couple in each category, starting with full towers. Really like the Rosewill Thor V2. This is a case that really opened up the world for Rosewill, who had previously been known as kind of a budget manufacturer. The Rosewill Thor V2, it doesn't really feel cheap. Some of the parts are maybe a little bit flimsy, but overall, in terms of options, in terms of how silent it is, this is just a fantastic case, and it's about $20 to $25 cheaper than other cases that are comparable in this category. Okay, if you need quiet and you want quiet out of the gate, you can also go with the Fractal Design FXL R2 that comes with quiet fans out of the gate and has the noise reducing material for, you know, optimal silence. This is especially important for those of you who, like me, who have to concentrate while you're at work. Maybe you're doing coding or whatever you do. Maybe you write, maybe you're just doing a report for your boss, whatever. If you need quiet and you need professional, then something like the Fractal FXL R2 is perfect. Okay, so category mid-tower cases under $50 for this month. There's a couple of them that I really like. The NZXT 921RB. And this one right here, the HAF 912. This is the one I used with my previous gaming rig, not my current one. And you know, right now it's on sale for about 40 bucks. The only thing that it really lacks is USB 3 in the front, but you can really do just about anything with this case. And it's solid and there's plenty of room. Easy to, you know, it's got the toolless drives and things like that. It does lack a windowed side panel. As you can see, there's mesh in the side here, but overall just a really solid case for 40 bucks. You can't go wrong. Let me just give you a little bit glimpse. You can see that this is a huge sucker and it's very heavy, so it's kind of hard to pick up, but it's got holes for your water cooling options. Yeah. And I don't have a whole lot in here anymore, but I think I've got like a 560 Ti and some other material in here. But this was just a budget build that I put together a few years ago. It does have an i7 in it, which I'm pretty picky about my processors. I kind of have to go with a nicer processor, but I do some rendering and things like that too. So anyway, this machine is a great secondary option that I have. That I use whenever anybody comes over here to work with me and things like that. So again, HAF 912, solid option at around 40 bucks. Micro ATX options, I like the Rosewill Line M micro ATX computer case. Comes with 2 pre-installed fans. It's got that screwless design. A really solid option from Rosewill. Again, I think they're moving in the right direction, and this is a great little case. You'll love it if you've got a Micro ATX build. Another Micro ATX case I really like is a Silverstone Tech PS08B. And if you're in the mini ITX space, one case that I own that I'm about to use that I reviewed a few months back is the Cooler Master Elite 130. I was going to do a build for you guys right away, but you know, I wanted to make sure that I had enough money where it wasn't going to make anything in my family uncomfortable and things like that. I don't want to put anything towards the YouTube channel that is going to financially drain me, but I think I'm at the point now where I can do this build, so I'm excited to do that. But after my review, I can highly recommend this. You can usually find it available for about $40 or $50. There are some more advanced options that cost more than this, but I don't really see them being necessary. This will house a full-size graphics card, and let's see, I've got other statistics for it too. PSU length is a bit of an issue, so you got to really be careful with your cable management to get a full-size PSU. In this case, supports 120 millimeter radiator in the front, up to 1 ODD, 3 HDDs, and 4 SSD drives. So really plenty that you can do in this mini ITX case, and I can't really recommend it more in the $40 to $50 range. Okay, that's all I have for you today, but I just wanted to mention that the whole point of this For the Money series is for us to take a look at different hardware that's on the market and come up with what is the best value today. So it's just me working here by myself now. Maybe down the line there's some option for people out there that can help or whatever, or moderators, things like that. But for now, it's just me going in at this alone. So occasionally I miss things. I'm not perfect, and you won't find one video in my whole array of videos that's perfect, that's for certain. But you know what? I try to make any corrections where I can, and I try to do my best. And you know, you guys are a great help. So if you want to help out in the comments section, whether you see this today or down the line, just point out different cases to me that you guys find that are on rebate. And then what that means is I can go on my website and I can put that in there as a reference to the people that come and watch this video. Again, you guys are great. Like and subscribe to this video, and we'll see you next time.